time, see, name one hospital, he couldn't even mention what.
But what are you saying?
No. You couldn't complete it. You complete it.
And maybe so. It is not true. And you know it is not true. In your heart, you know it is not true.
You couldn't do it.
8 years now, mobile. 8 years now, mobile.
1.5 years.
Oh, but what are you talking about? 8 years, you couldn't do anything. What about now 1.5 years?
Two senior cabinet ministers agreed any finance. They are throwing tantrums against each other on social media. And you think it's a joke? One telling the other, say you are lying. Second also their mind, oh boy.
Yeah, the hospital NDC was a Ashanti basin and no I'm fine for Mudia remember. But see I
challenge you here on this platform.
A doctor for
give me one hospital in Ashanti region started by NDC, completed by NDC. I challenge you.
It was a very fantastic interview and that's a very fantastic conversation be akoso Adom TV. And in fact, when you who pass obeti, hi Smart Africa Media, thank you very much for joining us, for choosing us to be your number one. Oba, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and sign, share, Emma for one more Twitch, any bench, and of course, Smart Africa Media. Welcome once again. This man, Collins Adom Mensah. Your friend Adoma comments. Adebia wadi akwakoye NDC MP ewo Adom TV no. It is going to shock you. During the conversation, and Adoma comments busa say NDC from some mobile 20 or the saying 2016, yeah, or the say 2012 mobile moko mo sai baye mo dia back hospital back pa ma complete. Me say wotimi fo timi wa woro wo kawa we woro fo abeti woro no wo de afa. Me say more than some minutes na papa ntimi ansan na wakobo hospital bi obo hospital oseboa oboa we na naru ne bewie ye na wakobo hospital for so oboa we na naru ne bewie ye. In fact ebusu ase wo hunu sa video no wa trend ya enwu ntirem na mede ma won. Na conversation ko start here ewo wonim say health minister sabi wodin se hunu bia ama result to loss of lives all because was suspended CEO ni adia na eno aho conversation na wono mu tintina it wasn't a deviation conversation, it was on path and na kofo betu mu sa and Adoma commence say Mona mo say mobile 24-hour economy, mobile hospitals, and den. But hospital ba kwa, and this na starting, and this na we. Hey, busuya. Me say with Timmy for Timmy wa kawa for biti. We need some conversations here. Ye pe communicators here. On mobile, chiradia wa ye me say that is what I want. Chiradia wa you. I'm from what. And busuya, you are going to love it, this interview, this conversation. Tibra.
And none of me see Ashanti region bedwe.
Okay, well besides say boko there.
Say boko antamaka.
Okay.
Or talk about Confanoche is
besides one promote is saying.
Oh, one day. This is the way board chairman.
Me board chairman, Mr.
Me my fans board chairman about you. One day, asama me here again. It's disheartening. Now, there a mammy near one say, oh, Pacho, or more cause a problem in the umpers of a bomb, umpers of a bomb with the abomati. I don't trust a cousin, sir. I don't put me a pemunka. Say, the my problem by me. I don't do it. I don't do it. Now they what they doctor for a public chow and a doctor for a public chow. Yeah, doctor for a chow or mumra. Then papa they are suspended. What are they suspended and they won't come. And they won't come. What's up? Oko Confanoche emergency ayema. Anybody by neighbor. Not the CEO can say, oh, say the admin. We cannot continue to admit people normally that form. What's the Eric Gay Baha? Wasn't go for that form. Minimum others to use other alternative. We are suspended. I don't have a problem ya be. What the krum ha agenda 111. Your hospitals and an Adom Addo. A commission. For the operationalization. 1.5 years. Unka wasel. And now Dr. Facho. Eh?
I operationalization. Asɛm ya yɛbɛka wɔn ka because what now bɛmu 8 years now to me see hospital back na se agenda wa hospital back pa wa see ya edwuma wɔ mu 8 years body ni etie we are ka se agenda wa yes na chese no mazi ye bedi Ashanti region for chwe na Ashanti region mo ba na munya ne kase mami kan se agenda wa ba ko pa ye edwuma Ashanti region
the hospital see start
our Ashanti region juma mwewi agenda 111 na wa Ashanti region juma montielo moyesa na nyafe does this issue of Obia hospital wanya mpani ade ba betra de politics ni e say 8 years no Kumasi am vote kase ni nyina wo no agenda 111 na mwesi wo Kumasi aye juma no agenda 111 bodi ni entie oyesa komano be say be
when we are making hospital is starting we was at
make agenda 111 when
we are
agenda
111 who show TV this one
hospitals
we are man from hospital don't go no munya doctor
one and a half year minister say kontopa omo bia president di etoka no moko 1.5 years ni we siga ko scan my scan na ba so enu toka na moko no say na na don ko kufuado swame anoma we mama kasa
makabi o si mama kasa
omo hwe me kedie omo hwe me sabronum for shame
who brought chief compound
where chief compound so I'm going to say chief compound
Addo agenda 111
I can tell you on authority NDC must start any project hospital project in Ashanti region must start completely now I challenge you mention one hospital in Ashanti region started by NDC completed by NDC name one so man one Otiawo come here a champion started 40 years ago Akufo-Addo complete here chef for me na NDC Jomama 2014 almost started open to complete it we came to complete it Kumewu we came to complete it Konongo Kufu Irojet we came to complete it Tepa we came to complete it give me one hospital I'm starting Ashanti region I'm complete here give me one Maba Obiaba eyi ya commission 3 agenda 1 trade for you come and operationalize it 1.5 years ni the minimum say me discuss of agrek and so here na dey for kontokwa obi episode the president of Ghana and am good president ni mase and chief of staff or no here the chief of staff no let them be a president yaban secretary to the president no. Why? Because the chief of staff himself wants to be president. He's competing with his appointees. That is the problem. Doctor no must suspend date, no must suspend him. And can for you trade what to commission here? And can you need extra hospitals? But that and I won't be none to quack. And I will we support you, we support you, and I'm done to pass. And the Ashanti region in the hospital and I'm for good for doctors cost strike pacho this may poor much mumra the root cause of the issue and so come once if after 1.5 years when you come back say 24-hour market but when you can find it from completely at the 111 so yeah 24 hours in the group. For this will go the minimum 24-hour market the way now between hospital and market and would the 24-hour economy between the two. When you start the let's say you know
program we no topic ma ko ye pa ne ba ya kakra no amana sori konti MPP ni wo jam no nko akasa meti ha so the only say meka meti ha MPP ni go amana akasa meti ha
Asante Reji
hospital ya mi meti ha
money meti o
see complete go and complete it and operationalize the other hospitals
money meti o
no ade de megidi se no kretrore wo minister ye gijawa ye dia soa o
okay
mpanufo asama ye kan ye no ene nti sebi onipa bia ono no wadwene pa otumi bu o mama ne ye yie no si wo ba aban mu a de anya no ohwe ye ne yie na se wo ye ne yie no na onipa wasai no eba bonechi a na wodwene ho a na entaso mu menua asema ye ken so far your regions e Ghana ha ofa Greater Accra region now for Ashanti region. These are the two most populated regions in our country, and into ye ka facilities be to say health facilities any the keka honwa you expect say hanu may these two regions more because you're talking about the number of individuals that lives within those regions. Politically, no, you say Ashanti region is more tilted towards the MPP more than any other region. I am not for one suggesting say regions are tilted to a political party no should receive more of development. I'm not suggesting that.
Okay.
I am only saying to you, say, he that much is given, much must be expected from. Menua, sama waka kan fefefe nyina no. Na nua na ebisa mo regional minister of Ashanti region say, mo ba ye. Ejuma be pa na metimi ayama komase. Ojina boni tri twitwi ni tisa wasi o. Auntie Rebecca ba commission ayibia maternity ward bi a wa ba ye wo Kumase. Eno na mo de ja Kumase fo. Ene no ye ka se ye pa hospital ama Kumase. One year Echo hospital enye bibi na empa. Na onim si ye ka se empa ni ho a. Enye empa nipa daso hospital won ko a o. Enuama bebre bom ene ye ka se no bed. Ebi ni say look, when say doctor was shadows so no ye dwuma if you no pa kodo enwumre na so opon na wampon na so to aso a fatigue crabet me ama na dwene ode ye dwuma no ensisi yie nti ebetimi aka say there's no bed. That bed doesn't mean there is no physical bed to sleep on,
but there's no doctor.
Number two, yes, number two, hold on, and that is the terminology.
Okay.
Number two, ebi wo ho a facilities edi adwuma ebi ni ho ebi o wa nneema bebre intini yes there is no bed, and that's the technology. We be sa doctor bi obeka kire. Now listen, I am just hoping and praying say all these things just as I hear nneema bebre Ghana ha no ne nyina no ye betimi ewie ne ntam na ne nyina to etwa. I'm not for one suggesting say one more aba hospital e pa yarehwe ya nya yarehwe no ayade papa me nuanu ma doctor for edwuma bia ni problem e wo ho na mo ana mo agya to mo se mo hwe onipa nkwa ene na pomudi mo peni a yatwe na asan kakra yi ono no so aba be ka chem so ono nti na mo yes ade a onipa nkwa hia ni nti osere mo anope die minsada minsayem se mo be kona makohwe ayarfo a epa yarhwe urade na dis adom na achemu wo de hwe nkrofo dodo a woga na ana mo nko na mo ya doctor fo urade na di achemu se mo mfa hwe ni papum de to de mesrem de ko hifa ba ye nyina no ayadwebrao na ye nkohwe woni a ayare no ye ne bebre a me so metimi abɛhye de amenu aye me bobɔ hospital ACC was Ashanti nyina besi eno no amfa apomodin ayehwehwe ne mba upa metimi abobɔ ni nyina but see abobɔ a eno so
you here on this platform
a doctor for
give me one hospital in Ashanti region started by NDC completed by NDC I challenge you
ebetimi ukaya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 2016 His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 4 years per meboa.
Yes.
But minimum say Ubeka Afara Military Hospital. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Completely.
See, there is a difference between listening and hearing.
I'm listening.
I want you to adopt the spirit of listening.
Okay, I've adopted. Preach. I've adopted.
Menia.
Preach.
Sewa Hospital. No, your hospital.
More completely
Can I finish? Again, we have sounded a caution. Say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama did 4 years from 2016. He did 4 years and left power. And these are some of the initiatives. Formina District Hospital, Kumewu District Hospital, Bekwai District Hospital, Tepa Hospital, Konongo District Hospital. Any de keka hunyina tie. Listen.
Okay, I've adopted.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama did 4 years with all these projects in various stages of completion, and some of them needed to be operationalized. You did 8 years. Mention one that you started and ended. Agenda 111 for Ashanti region. You do not have it. A doctor for no Adom to say was here won. Ya better ha many year politics. Yen sra doctor for go here 1 year a pie and hair. And not necessary. Now when a year we are in a way.
But as Mamma share
hospital. Yebisa wa original minister said.
When original minister
I ask you a simple question. So let's not be doing.
So to all staff members, Confanochi Teaching Hospital, Kumasi, dear staff members, appeal to striking cut staff to return to duty. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all staff of the hospital for your show of solidarity with me during this period. I am very grateful for your support. However, I need you all to return back to duty in the supreme interest of Ghanaians and our valued patient, whilst I defer the outcome and directions to the supreme wisdom of the Honorable Minister of Health, Cabinet Minister Akando, and the Board of Confanochi Teaching Hospital. I remain committed to the cause of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. Yours faithfully, signed, Dr. Pakwesi Bedu, Chief Executive Team. Benuka Chaude Ebano. Mesora, no, as the Miss Wotamotu, Mameko Amos, Namini, Abdi Kakrebi, Cecilia, Isabella.
Name one hospital. He couldn't even mention what.
But what are you saying?
No. You couldn't complete it. You complete it.
And maybe so. It is not true. And you know it is not true. In your heart, you know it is not true.
You couldn't do it.
8 years now. 8 years now.
1.5 years.
Oh, but what are you talking about? 8 years you couldn't do anything. What about 1.5 years?
8 years.
1.5 years. Okay. 1.5 years. In some jurisdiction, government has not even settled to take off yet. I'm telling you, when people go back, 1 year now, ministers from
started, completed,
okay.
Started operation.
You know that is not true. What was it cheap company? Accident now. Can want somebody
there's a challenge. There's a challenge. Quick one on Minister of Finance and Minister of Agric releases. The challenge is a minister sending me some more money. The Minister of Finance and war last 2 weeks.
Yeah. and now Akugante. Yes. They tried very hard. He tried very hard to downplay almost presidential election. Because also in the next 3 months, because it just them. Oh, I'm going to try 3 months now. Within 1 week, okay, whoever tells you said the there are no undertones of the presidential election will be lying to you.
But if they are presidential undertones, and yet they just remove minor.
Let me tell you something. Can you imagine, say, the deputy finance minister of the Republic of Ghana, in the presence of the international community, will make a statement, say, you're releasing X amount of money, I'm a great ministry. Then you have official rebuttal, and you say, official rebuttal, and you say, social media a fanatic view. I'm talking about official rebuttal. Oh, the big nation na make shame. One of the other public near discussing. And then we have official rebuttal. The catch minister and say, minister, you are lying. Hey, they say NDC no, it just demo no. So say how the class start to you? This is Eriko Poku against Addo Force. Now they are trying. Why they lucky? Now education ministry, I'm also here official rebuttal. You can't almost see a boy. And NDC fast my body can be and your person is saying and you see the name of it. The Ministry of Agriculture is telling the finance minister you are lying. How bad can it be? Then you have the secretary to the president. One day in the writing by the FKK, he writes so well. I am reading the writings about.
Okay.
One day I'm not sure what the man graphic na publishing. To the extent that the secretary to the president Otima public statement telling people who have ambitions say Obian slow down, and that you are undermining the president. It's not only the president, the development of a mind guy. Haruna Edosu Nyamadan for V-mates, Oceano of any V-mates, Vandal, senior Vandal. In the presence of the president, what can the president say? If they can't say it, I will say it. He told the president, I said the curtain raiser, that fake Paul. Me can't, Obeka me can't. Me say, Odi ya waya enche. Eja de bedemo no. Anya me na make am. Me predicted just 3 months. Just last week because in the next 3 months. O man try am 3 months na no. And then 2 senior cabinet ministers agree any finance. They are throwing tantrums against each other on social media. And you think it's a joke? One telling the other say you are lying. Sikana also their mind. Oh boy. These are official documents. Oh.
But say the majority chief whip, Honorable Nafiamapo Eka said, a controller in a delay the release to a great ministry. According to the Honorable Nafiamapo. Okay, they agree before can correct. It's cannot control. According to Dafiamapo. So you are confirming said that Greek ministry. Dafiamapo is confirming. Okay. That the Greek ministry's accession. So maybe to the best knowledge of the finance ministry, Yama go ahead for the release.
And how come international community will catch also discover Yama Greek minister?
Also no news were released. 1.6 billion.
What that meant was that you sent a certain message.
Okay. Stop that.
I quite said a Greek minister scanner ban offer your hair. And then go get I'm gonna win. Oh, so much you. I'm going. Oh, so much papa. I'm telling you, away with the chair. Go get away with the chair. Let me go to me. Go that chair. Maybe I'm going to go to me. You just tell me. The spokesperson to the Greek minister. He was on radio. Or see, fact to go Bono area. They can say by now is almost 40%. Up to now, just about 50 to 20% per number. Who we are not catching international community say, where is this Kanama? Now guys or a small boy. Papa pay agric minister or Basempa. You was going to say, President, no, Ubedi, and also, oh, I'm off one kasa. I'm off for so bra. Okay. And also, so tie the amount for Kanwa. He is ready.
You just have video. And your cost of fast as when you buy when the deputy minister for finance Eddie government releasing 1.6 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Show video is here.
We are matching our vision for the sector with sustained funding. I'm happy to confirm that we have released about 1.67 billion cedis, representing 85% of the approved 2026 budget for goods and services and CapEx for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And on this, the Ministry of Finance has released 521 million cedis to be invested in the 50 farmer service centers to support mechanization and improve productivity. We have released 110 million to be invested in irrigation infrastructure across country. We have released 515.3 million cedis for the supply of fertilizers and certified seeds to our farmers. 244.9 million to be invested in the poultry farm to table project, what we call the Nkokong initiative, and 200 million Ghana cedis to be invested by the national.
Okay, so that's the thing. I know people say, or more can't send a form hono. See a release gamono. The sector minister na money say, but abrofuna na aso bomb say. Why? Opa, sa video.
Mamusha video question kwa na ubi sir.
I'm happy to confirm that we have released about 1.67 billion cedis, representing.
Okay, this one I know over my figure now. Hey, I have about 1.6. Hey. Other minister monism. You are talking about your ministry. See, you're releasing 1.6 billion.
They say, me can't say more. See me. Adom. Check bondi. That's what I say. How in a chamber?
Okay.
The people who gravitate towards him, it's clear to everybody to see. I know young can
Means of one
to force in rat chamber.
Okay.
The people who gravitate towards him, it's clear. It's contest the Ebeba.
I'm not fully challenge with your contest too. But if a contest the effect on a mining camp there, that is an issue.
So are you not expecting the president to sit and cut the whip?
Certainly.
See you.
I don't know whether you want to give me time, but
when you're been your time.
I'm going to ask Emma Pentecost for you. Chief of Staff, where? Let's do the obeying the November reprimanding on
okay.
Oh, maybe in the back.
But I said, make us a cat. I'm coming. I'm for time now. One customer is why you cover them the time now.
You see, this Saturday way, it be happening here. Ebra, Yura Simon or Semensa, former Ashanti Regional Minister. A cocoa PM ewo oyerepa. And the Yebusan say, name 3 projects here, and now 5 projects here. NPP eba bayim for the past 8 years. Mutimia ye. And a papa say, I have a office. Ombre office in my day. You see, bra office. But what kind of questions be why you so when in that me see no cry so papa no say me no work say e bia na oh and now this and this is what we are going to talk about. And the question me wanna say about a ba nkofri mu papa na ntimi answer ntimi list back one back not necessarily say NPP hasn't done anything in Ashanti region. That was never true. No more NPP. That was never true. Yeah. Na the woman say, "You busa papa no se bra office na me kire wo. Send this for so papa no mu super no wa kwot no yes bo at hospital ba ko mo ba ya maye. na movie woni ma de ba ko yesre pa shanty regional Dr. Frank Amako hene ba sha sense bia na wo se ye nyoma na mistake ni me se papa yi odi agora obe flopping be fall down one time. It was like a joke. Ya wo ne hunu se wakwa akotwa so am interchange ne ade I'm say okay what to me yeah he's very young obetimi a ministerial position obediate and as I'm talking to you now no ne tikika ne position or one ne tikika market everywhere one shop they say reshuffle ebe kanu yamba ade ba kwa NDC aye hospital oma complete me say me mefa to me ho so after this video ebia from a chenekon agenda 111 and another dan kokufo do be ye ni na do sika wo eye Ghana sika enti ba ye nanka hospital so enne enam so man mu si or the saying minister health minister etimi apam or the saying CEO no anka agenda 111 bi wo ha no no mpacho hospital bed ni ade no okofi odo kwa na there bi but agenda 111 wo ha e kawuram after hospital and let me show video bi a 70 su from wa aye cake yes o mine ni ska but o mine sika na de nti agenda 111 mesi me kwa akotwa ba ku bi abekere wa ho oye mmehyew emusa se na do dan koku ekufu ado ekoye eye Ghana sika na wodi esa project ni na but NDC omo tries wo mo ye bi wodi anka mo fa mo nsanka ba ku bienu bi but in this country ade ma politics our country mu yet time yeah one right say your generation ya ba na say yan hwene ya sanyoma bi a e be ka ho aban we na ye we to we ntino say we complete ade we kura no aban we ba eni say woto aso because e be ka say aban we na ye and this is what we are living in as a country we are living in that situation we as a country hospitals akese me se wo ba aba na say no fa camera to ho so se wo kutwa na aba ye wo baby wo aban no eni nkoho na aban no eni akoho ye be chiwaje wo camera and we are living in a corrupt country wo pre papa de ama wo man no wo pa fa camera to ho so se me kwa kutwa wo be kono hospital no a en starting functioning wo be kono security guo no wo di agoro ye be ba otuo we are less mistake be to camera because wo ko fa na kure no e de aba wo draw aban attention emusa and the John Dramani Mahama no we see e-blocks emusa say e-blocks dodo akawure no ba wutimi complete ni na enti policy no a wono mo de buy na mo de ahi pa ne be ka so we de NDC kan na wono maye inflation even your the NDC people are still crying concerning this inflation something about from no yendi ato force na onye na djuma because of inflation about from it is something else this isn't a joke anymore hospital na wo ko hospital ayade fo gu from wono munye baby na health minister said dey wa pam papa no was wa man suspension so when ye so why ne bone why ne saying so wa ba abonte abeka dey they say this is a time wow a 1v1 football and Quebec as 1v1 masa unyo na attack ni because of expose obe goni mase ebina yera erikopoku agric minister edi ato force no because o didn't drop to me so any say me man didn't drop because ya ban e wo so be say me din ebi ana me ambition bi be say no and say wo kena say wonu bi last 2 weeks na ya say doing get any haruna tie last week na eye health minister or the saying agric minister any finance minister this week conform to see you any health minister na NDC for yankrofobia me makachre wonti foto wotrim wo ya me viewer wada wo ma minim said the wotrim NDC for yankrofobia sa asemo besisi ano machi obi asemo be kim Ghana fo adwene beba so no machi obi what in common say oh yes na ya chi obi this isn't right. You know, we want the better for the country, the betterment of the country. That is why we are here. And to say hospital no agenda 111 ya wona we are here. Ya kwa yes baby. More complete so that hospital no yeah I congested no me pacho ye benya baby den krofo bi akọ no mo ho high wono ene branche bi friend ye boy de kum Francis ono na nde water kekran na eduane die no a e boy ye ade na de akọ hospitals no dawroma o ma ne o ma bi so te me ko hunu nurse ni video bi a me say in this country abro woni petri me ko hunu nurse ni bi o se mo de mundi na ti na mo yade a mo fa nkọ no wo hwem entinka branche ne ma ama mo how to check kakra no frankomo Shahot minister shade yakoso Shashanti regional minister or your doctor na area doctor na watam na de ko bi man so na wakwa akọwo na ne kasa ma fo me kasa ntire de ntia okọ ho no se na ade sen na wo mo ukọ baabi na baabi o mo ukọ no wo mo ko du ho no na aka ba 1 week ma o maba 1 week na aka ma o maba no na awo be kan ntia wo se woka look at this we ye di tire me am tie kura me wife ko wo aminim se date we ne de ahye no se enye de date we de empa ho a power kuranu aminim said that within that rank, if not spiritual attack, within that rank, it was say me first say FIFA, I just why 10th. What to me catch him a doctor near an area doctor. When him saw be would date we, never too crying. What are you talking about? Never too crying. Says oh quiet the wabra when him say labor is due. Time to labor is due. Was it to crying baby not jane. What is this? Badia ba could just single thing. Yeah, or a hospital in this moment went to me. Me see me am a fat me so memo agenda 111 video project no. Memo who baby I see a question. Highest motherfucking media. It's a promise I'm giving to you. Oba subscribe like na fi sign share my for from we teaching bench. Me din e de odman come about na kofi force and take with you. What I macro.